Where'd I get my work ethic? My parents. My mom grew up on a farm.
What do you know about farming?
What do I know about farming? I don't know. Smells bad?
Hey, my name's Cory Hepola. I'm a radio host, husband, father, and I was born and raised in Otter Tail County, Minnesota. Now, growing up, I was in such a hurry to leave that I never really got to know my home. What did I miss? What changed? I was gonna find out.
Well, it's a magical area. I mean, I don't know how we got so blessed to make this our home, but...
That positive guy is Cordell Huebsch, owner of Otterberry Farm just outside of Perm, Minnesota. What, more specific? Fine, by Rush Lake. This is where he grew up, although he did move to Montana once. Gorgeous. Only to realize...
Now, the grass is always greener, but then all you need is to step out of your bubble a little bit to put life into perspective.
Cordell's married with 2 young daughters, and they live here at Otterberry Farm, which they've turned into a popular tourist spot where anyone can come to pick strawberries, raspberries, or even get lost in the corn maze. It's a real farm with real farm animals like hogs and sheep and cows, which apparently have to be fed every morning.
He knows what to do and just put it in his mouth.
All right.
Give it a try. I don't know.
Does he have a name?
No, I don't think so.
Look at that. He just takes right to it.
He's
a growing boy. Whoa. Look at that. He's like done.
Gone. Just like that.
Sorry. That's it.
That's it, buddy.
That's it. You did a great job. Do you need a napkin? You love me now? Yeah.
Put your finger in his mouth. Have you ever let a calf suck on your fingers?
Have I ever put my fingers in a calf's mouth?
You know, they don't know what to do at the beginning. So you teach them how you just put your fingers and then they suck on your fingers and then you just basically move the bottle in place of your fingers.
I'm not gonna lose digits here?
No, I know how important your fingers are.
Look at that.
And so imagine having the full bottle. You basically just transition the bottle into your fingers. Good to go. Then he's going. That finger. That's pretty good.
Well, you popped my cherry.
Now, I remember as a kid just driving around and passing field after field, small farm after small farm. It looks different now. The ag game has changed. It's harder for small farmers to make it work.
Originally, I'd say this was probably like 150,000 probably back in 2004. But what we're seeing in agriculture is that there's just more and more consolidation. The margins keep getting tighter and tighter, so guys have to cover more and more ground because instead of getting $1 a bushel, they're getting 5 cents a bushel. So they have to cover that many more acres. And when you're covering that more acres, instead of having a bunch of farms our size with this size combine, they need to go to 10 times as many acres, and then they need even a bigger combine. So I want you to imagine a piece of corn. They grow in rows, right?
Yep.
So the corn cob is usually, 3 feet off the ground.
All right, okay. Cordell's about to get super specific here. Basically, you drive through the corn rows, the corn stalks get sucked down, and the cobs pop off.
And then when the cob pops off, it hits the plastic, and then these things carry it up into that auger.
See what I mean? Super specific. So that auger brings all the cobs into the middle there, where they're threshed and the kernels fly off. Corn, combine, cool.
I look pretty natural doing this, I think.
You do. If this whole world famous celebrity thing doesn't work out, farming is definitely in your future.
Yeah.
Do you eat turkey much? Are you a turkey guy? So we're a big turkey area around here, so all our corn ends up getting ground into turkey feed. It's the most rewarding job on the planet because we're feeding the world, right?
Yeah.
When you plant the seeds and they come up. Every day you drive by.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where's he taking me now? We're wearing white shoes.
So on this field, we're growing dark red kidney beans. Kidney beans are a huge crop in this area.
So that they're in this pod?
Yeah, and see how tough the pod is?
Yeah.
So we do it in the morning when there's dew and moisture. And then they don't fall out, right? The shells don't break open. Taste one.
Not gonna be rude.
the best thing you've ever put in your mouth, isn't it?
It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Like corn, kidney beans grow in rows. The job calls for precision. It calls for a professional.
That's the thing. You need to make sure it's done right.
You got to have the right people for the job.
Okay, so I've got key.
Yep.
Now do I have to push the
Put your
brake?
foot on the clutch.
On the clutch.
Yeah.
There we go. Whoa! Hey, I'm not gonna screw something up here, am I?
You're not going to screw anything up. No, I'm right here.
So this is gonna really impress you. I don't know how to drive a stick.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I never learned, okay?
There we go.
Am I straight?
Gently let it out or we're going to go.
Oh!
You're good.
I feel like I went too fast.
No, you're good here. Perfect. Now just take your foot right off that. But you got to experience the GPS, so I'm just going to excuse my reach.
Yep.
Hey, right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Forward. Let go.
Wait.
And that's it. You're a professional. You're hired.
It's doing this all by
Yeah.
itself?
And it's gonna.
It's like a self-driving
It's a self
Tesla car.
Yeah.
So then what do? Do you just hang in here and kind of make sure everything's going okay? Or?
Yeah. You're just constantly looking back. You can adjust the toolbar up and down, but after a couple hours, yeah, you get a lot of deep thought done.
I kind of feel dumb. You know, growing up, I realized now that I had this stereotype of farmers, that they smelled, they did the dirty work. It was conservative, simple life. You know, my mom grew up on a farm, and I didn't even know anything about farming, didn't even take the time to learn anything about farming. I guess that's a danger of stereotypes, and I think that farming country stereotype exists for many people, especially if you're living in the city and you've never been exposed to it.
Agriculture's almost become this political football where, people have an idea about what we do. And all I always ask people is, please come out. We'll show you what we're doing. I mean, there are chemicals used in production of crops, and they get that word chemical is super scary. But what people don't understand, in today's world with the technology we have, we can spray our quart of herbicide and it'll cover an entire acre of ground. And we spread that out with water, and the plants that take it need it, and then it's gone. And my biggest thing when I talk to people about agriculture is I just say, go talk to somebody that farms. They would love to tell you and show you what we do. No issue. It doesn't matter what you talk about in the whole world is black and white. Everything's got all these onion layers that once you peel back, you realize we're all in it together. We're all trying to, to do what we can to make the world a better place. And there's no better place really than where we are.
It's heavy. And he's right. I mean, we don't know what we don't know, right? How are we supposed to understand someone or their way of life if we don't even take the time to try? It starts with us, making the effort to listen. I mean, look at the way that Cordell talked about farming.
It's the most rewarding job on the planet because we're feeding the world, right?
That's a special perspective, huh? One that he didn't have until he left and then he came back. It's kind of the same for me. How do you feel now? How do I feel? I'm thankful. And I also realized that I was ignorant. And I also looked stupid. I had my fingers in a calf's mouth.